During the 15 years that I had the opportunity to be dean here at Harding School of Theology, I had either a habit or a practice to always include in my chapel Bible who spoke that day. And I did that thinking, years from now, I'll be able to flip through my pages in my Bible and just be reminded of some of these students that have been here. And 1 Corinthians 15, September 24th, 2002, Steve Clower spoke in chapel. And it's a context in where we're reminded by Paul, but by the grace of God I am what I am, and His grace toward me has not been in vain. When I see how God has used Steve and his wife, and this comes to mind, how he certainly has not wasted God's grace in his life.
Another student who strikes me as a good example of our graduates is David Young. He didn't stay here for about a year, a little longer, preached in the Boot Heel of Missouri. He's a Freed Hardeman graduate who also came here able to read Greek quite well. Most of his grades in his entire academic career were A's. Wrote about a 300-page thesis with Rick Oster and Carol Osborne. He went on then to Vanderbilt and did a PhD degree. He told me one time, he said, I'm surprised I read Greek quite a bit better than anybody else in my class. But I couldn't get him to talk much about that. He wanted to talk about ministry. So David decided, after doing a PhD in New Testament at Vanderbilt, that he wanted to preach. He'd already been preaching, but that's where his heart was.
I am impressed with Jesse Robertson, Dr. Jesse Robertson now. I've only known him for a few years. Jesse's not one who came up through the undergraduate program here in Searcy, but somebody I came to know later. Graduated from Freed Hardeman in '91 with a degree in Bible and pre-engineering, thinking he would go to engineering school, and then went to Tennessee Tech and earned an engineering degree in '93. Got an interview with a good company, an engineering company in Memphis, and after the interview thought, that's not what I want to do. So he took a preaching job in Leachville, Arkansas, and for the next decade, from '94 to 2004, went part-time, did the MDiv the hard way, and finished. That just makes me very proud. It says something about him and his commitment to ministry. And now Jesse is in his second year teaching Bible for us.
And so David ended up at North Boulevard Church in Murfreesboro, where he is today. It's a large church that's recently planted 2 others in the area because of its population explosion. But David's academic background informs his sermons. When elders have to work through an issue that arises, he's a good biblical resource person for them. And it's a church that's trying to edify and placing a great deal now upon developing a Christian worldview about things. And I think all of that is a product of a good heart combined with a good academic background.
One of the things I love about Jesse is his involvement in missions. Ever since he was a student at Freed Hardeman, he was participating in short-term mission trips to Haiti. Well, that involvement has grown into now he is a part of Manna Global. I see in Jesse Robertson somebody who is just loaded with integrity, somebody who's very capable as a teacher, good in the classroom, knowledgeable, but has a ministry bent as well. He understands what the phrase, the ministry of teaching, means, and he's doing that very well at Harding.
Steve will tell you that one of the blessings of him being here in Memphis is the urban contacts. He got involved with campus ministry and urban ministry, particularly at Highland, and that planted with him a vision for what a church can do and the difference a church can make in its community. And then by God's grace, he started preaching for the Southside Church in Fort Worth. And I have just been amazed at watching the impact someone with a vision for God can have in a church community and in the broader community. That church has almost doubled in size in 11 years. They have partnered with local hospital to have a clinic on their campus. They've partnered with the local school to do mentoring. They've led a teacher to Christ. Families have come to this church. It is just incredible to see how Someone like Steve and his family can make such a great difference in the body of Christ, and we were privileged to be a part of their life in a very formative time.